All right, let's have a little heart-to-heart. Just you and me, before we bring Natalie in, let's have a heart-to-heart. I'm not judging you. No judgment here. I do all kinds of things I shouldn't do. I'm a terrible person. Do you have TikTok? Do you watch it with your kids, wife, husband? You do TikTok? I know it's popular. I know it's fun. I've got family members of mine using it. You really should not have TikTok. You really shouldn't. Trump tried to ban it for a reason. Just recently, FCC commissioner tried to get Google to drop the daggone thing from the App Store and Apple. Why shouldn't you have TikTok? Let's ask Natalie about it. Natalie Winters joins me now, an actual journalist. It's amazing those people still exist. Investigative reporter for the Great National Pulse. Natalie, why shouldn't people have TikTok?
Well, there are so many reasons. And I think the first one that comes to mind is the fact that the app is so deeply tied to the Chinese Communist Party. There's obviously national security implications there. But I think when you really get into the weeds about all the nefarious dangers and threats that this app poses, that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg. This app has also been used to collect biometric data on its users. They push a lot of left-wing content, even pushing pro-China content, which comes as no surprise, as the app is very, very closely controlled and monitored by its Beijing-based regulators and its Beijing-based parent company, ByteDance. And I think at the end of the day, the most important thing for people to remember is that any company that's based in China, of which TikTok is a subsidiary of a company that is based in China, due to the country's national intelligence law, specifically Article 7, it stipulates that any company based in China can be requisitioned by the Chinese Communist Party to help fulfill the ends of the state. And when you read the law, they leave that intentionally very vague. So really, however the Chinese Communist Party wants to use TikTok, they can, whether that's to gather data, to push specific narratives, viewpoints, frankly, fake news, you name it, they can do it. So really, it is a kind of a dream for the Chinese Communist Party in terms of the ability to influence American politics.
We'll get to the pushing data part, or pushing, themes part here in a second. I want to first get to the whole stealing data, because this is a conversation I had with a friend of mine actually last week. He was watching something on his phone, started laughing. I asked, he said it's a TikTok video. So I, of course, started scolding him about having TikTok. I told him, they're stealing your data. And he said to me, so why should I care? Natalie, why should people care?
Well, there's so many reasons that people should care. And I think it's interesting because the Trump administration obviously kind of launched the crusade to ban TikTok from the homes and the apps and phones of millions of Americans. And they cited a bunch of reports, and there was a lot of independent reporting into how the app gathered not just actual activity on the app, right? What you were interested in, companies you're interested in, but even background data. But what's been really, really interesting is that since the Biden regime has taken over, there have actually been a lot of insider reports from within the company sort of validating, if not vindicating, the Trump era claims about the app. You've seen a lot of people who work for the app admitting that TikTok takes data from users in terms of other apps that they're using. And again, I think it just goes to the bigger question and really the bigger threat, which is, of course, the Chinese Communist Party. People are scared that the Chinese Communist Party is trying to harvest genetic information from millions of Americans. Well, I think having access to your phone, the people you interact with, your credit card information, stuff like that, kind of is a similar threat in terms of the invasiveness and the lack of privacy that you see. And believe me, the Chinese Communist Party, they don't respect the privacy of their own people. So I highly doubt they would do the same for Americans.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, Che Guevara, the latest episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.